Hi everyone, welcome back to Cooking and Creating with Melissa, and I'm so excited to be here to share with you once again. Several years ago, I was thumbing through a non-vegan cookbook called Better Homes and Gardens, and I came across this one dish that was called chicken marsala, and it looked absolutely delightful to me. So it inspired me to veganize it, and so I did, and that's what I'm bringing you today. So the ingredients that we'll be using is a half of a cup of sweet marsala wine. We're going to use a half a cup of vegetable broth, and I sliced about a total of 6 ounces of mushrooms, and I did a combination of portobello and also shiitake, but you can variate those if you like. I diced a shallot and I diced a garlic clove. We're going to use about a teaspoon of dried marjoram. We're going to use about 2 tablespoons of butter from the Non-Dairy Evolution Cookbook by Chef Sky Michael Conroy. We are also going to use some sliced green onions for garnish and for the sauce. Salt and pepper to taste, of course. And then our meatless product is Gardein once again, and I simply sauteed these in a little bit of olive oil on both sides for about 3 to 5 minutes until they're nicely browned. And this is the product that I use, and they're really versatile for many recipes. And so with that being said, we are ready to start the sauce. So let's get over to the stove. All right, so I melted the 2 tablespoons of the better butter over medium heat. Now we're ready to add the mushrooms. And we can also add the shallots. This is just over a medium-low heat, and the good thing is that we don't have to let the mushrooms cook very long, simply because they're like sponges. So when we put the marsala in, it's going to really absorb those flavors and bring them out. So I'm just going to saute these for about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to add the marsala wine and the broth. All right, so these have been sauteing for about 3 minutes, and now I'm going to add the garlic. I'm going to stir that in, and I'm also going to add the marjoram. I'm going to stir that in. And once it's stirred in really well, I'm going to add the marsala. Now, once again, this is a reduction sauce, but because this is so hot, the marsala is basically going to absorb right away, so it won't take long. So I'm going to add the marsala now, and I'm just simply going to stir that in. And these mushrooms are taking in that flavor, let me tell you. This is where the beauty of the recipe comes in that marsala. All right, and we're about ready. Remember that test? About half? And that was a half a cup, so we're looking for about a quarter cup reduction. We are there, almost. Okay. All right, now we're going to add that half a cup of veggie broth. And I'm going to increase the heat. And I'm going to bring this to a boil. And then once I bring it to a boil, I'm going to reduce it to a simmer, and I'm going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes, stirring in between. All right, so this has been simmering for about 10 minutes, and I added salt and pepper to taste. And now I'm going to add about 2 more tablespoons of the better butter from Chef Sky Michael Conroy's cookbook. And I'm going to whisk it in there. Until it becomes melted and joined with the sauce. Beautiful. And now what I'm going to do, I talked about those sliced green onions. I'm going to add about just over half of those. They bring out a beautiful green color, and I'm going to save some for garnish. Add those in there. Look at how beautiful it looks. The color, so vibrant, and it smells so good, really. That marsala wine, there's something to it. It's absolutely beautiful. And then I'm going to take the Gardein cutlets that I had prepared earlier, and I'm going to put them in this because they've been cooled. And I'm going to toss them around in the sauce to coat them nicely. And I'm going to let them cook in here for about 2 minutes to warm them up nicely. All right, so now we're ready to assemble the dish. And what I've done is I steamed some spinach, and then I made some vegan mashed potatoes. And those of you who would like this recipe, feel free to message me, and I'd be happy to give that to you. But now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that Gardein patty that I made earlier, and I'm going to spoon that and some of the Marsala sauce over the top to create a beautiful meal. Be sure to spoon some of that over the mashed potatoes because it's a wonderful sauce that goes great with that and this entire dish. And I'm going to top it with those green onions that I talked to you about. It's just a beautiful dish, and I hope you enjoyed this. And remember, I believe that one recipe, one meal, one day, and one person at a time, we will make this world a better place for all who inhabit it. All right, thank you so much for checking in, and I hope you enjoyed this. Hope to see you next time. Bye.